Yo, what is up? Chris Ramsay here. Welcome back. I like this little backdrop, by the way. This is my living room. I thought I'd set it up nicely. It's a bit of a change from being in my office all the time. Super stoked today because I'm going to bring you a tutorial on the skater cut as well as the kick flip variation and my own closer. I've gotten permission from Dan and Dave to use this. Dan and Dave, who are the originators of this cut. I believe it's taught in the trilogy or in Then Some. I'm not too sure. It's probably one of the flashiest cuts that I know. It catches the eye. It relies heavily on physics and gravity, which is really cool. And it's ultra satisfying to nail down. Now, don't get me wrong. This is one of those cuts that will take a while for you to learn. It's not going to be the easiest of cuts, but if you put the time in, just come back to it, drop the cards, come back to the cards, and sort of keep playing around with it. Eventually you'll just get it. It'll just sink in, and once you get it, you can't like unlearn it. And the reason it's called a kick flip cut is because your finger kick flips that card, that pack of cards, almost like a deck, like a skateboard deck. I see what they did there. So anyways, super stoked to be able to teach this to you guys today. Also, just a quick note, if you haven't seen it yet, my merch store is now up on Teespring. You can go ahead and cop yourself some hoodies, some long sleeves, some t-shirts, and all different sorts of colors. I like the red hoodies myself, but there's a whole bunch of clothes up there right now for sale if you want to go ahead and support me and this channel and cop yourself some cool clothes to boot. Check out the Teespring link. I'll leave it down below. A lot of you guys messaged me as well because the campaigns say they're only available for 3 days, but 3 days is basically the batches. So after 3 days, they renew and they're there permanently. Don't fret if you can't buy one right now, they will be there for a while. But I appreciate all of you who have picked some up and help support me. And if you have a picture of you wearing any of this, send it my way. I'll retweet it and show you guys some love. So thanks a lot. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the tutorial of the kick flip and the skater cut. Right now, grab yourself a deck of cards, let's go. All right, so to start off this tutorial, I'll teach it from this angle and then we'll flip it around and give you an over-the-shoulder view as well, so to help facilitate this. By the way, these cards right here are the Ace Fulton Casino cards. Some of my favorite colors here. This is like some burnt orange, really, really cool. They handle really like, they feel weird, I'm not gonna lie. They don't feel like a standard deck of cards. They weren't crushed, obviously, because you see how thick they are, but they do feel very slim, like they're super easy to, you know, to manipulate. They feel like they're worn in right out of the box. They got some cool little, you know, the artwork on the faces is really cool, especially the jokers. Now that's a classic joker. If you want to check these cards out, my buddies over at Art of Play have them in stock. I'll leave the link below where you can check that out. Basically, they have the biggest repertoire of playing cards online. Good friends of mine. If you want to go and show them some love and, you know, grab yourself some decks of cards, just fun to browse. Head on over to artofplay.com. All right, so here we go. So first things first, you're going to want to hold that in a straddle grip, and a straddle grip is basically this, where your pinky and index are holding the long ends of the card, and you want to do this with your dealer hand, so the hand that you hold the cards in, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. If you're left-handed, just mirror this whole video, flip it or something. Hold a mirror up to the video and watch the mirror. As you're here, you're gonna break this off into a Z packet. Now what a Z grip is this basically. And how to do that is, first of all, your right thumb, all right, your thumb's gonna come behind here, and you're gonna contact basically the lower right part of the deck back here. With your thumb, you're gonna lift up a packet. Now it doesn't have to be a big packet, it could be just a medium packet. And with your middle finger here on the corner, right here, you're gonna lift up another packet. So thumb lifts up against the index, and then that between this thumb and this middle finger, you're lifting up another packet. Now that's the Z grip. A lot of flourishes start with Z grip. Thumb back here, you wanna cut a chunk, maybe I would say third up to a half, not necessarily a half, a little bit less. All right, so you're here. Look where my thumb is placed. It's not here, it's not here, it's over here, okay? Right by my pinky. Boom. Middle finger is going to grab this corner and lift it up. Now you have the Z grip. So get comfortable with that before you move on. Just practice this. Practice automatically getting into that. It'll take a while, but once you have the muscle memory build up, it'll be natural to just want to get into that Z grip immediately. So once you're in that Z grip, you're here, okay? Index is going to break off a fourth packet, and that's where you get the 4 packets from. Your right hand index is going to split that top pack and grab maybe half of those cards, okay? Now you've got a Z grip and you've got this little middle packet here. The middle packet here is the one that's going to go out for a spin. Woo! You've got your middle finger contacting the corner. So again, you're on the corner here with your middle finger. You lift up here, so your middle finger's still contacting the corner. Now you wanna have, I would say 5 to 7 cards to give it a good spin. Too many cards, the cards will go flying. Not enough cards, it's gonna be really hard to spin the card. So you want somewhere between, I say this is ideal, that's like 5, between like 4 and 6 around there, and you'll feel that. You'll feel when it's too big. So here, that's what she said. So here, break off. Now you have this packet, which is gonna go out for a spin. Well, how do we get it out there? Your thumb, all right, on your left hand is going to contact the corner of that little middle, where your middle finger is. You're going to just kick it out to the side, and your thumb is going to contact that, okay? Now, here's the thing, check this out. You're going to extract this packet using your thumb and your middle finger, all the while holding this top packet between your thumb and your index, okay? So it's gonna look like that. And you wanna lift it away from the deck. So again, Z grip, split, thumb comes to the bottom corner here with the middle finger, and you're going to extract, okay? That extraction here is how the flip's gonna happen. You gotta be away from the deck. If you're too close, it'll knock the deck while it flips. You gotta really extend your fingers. That's a really good tip, is really extend your thumb, extend your middle finger, get it out there. And here's the finger that's going to do the kick, is the ring finger. The ring finger is gonna come up here. So you're gonna kind of come up and over, and it's gonna contact this part of the card. That's gonna make it rotate, okay? Boom, boom. Thumb comes here, push out, ring fingers here, and here's where you're gonna do the kick. This is not easy to do, okay? You have to have an extremely light grip on the thumb and the middle finger. If you're too tight here, you're not gonna be able to kick that, right? It's just gonna not move. So this is where the difficulty level comes in. And a good trick to have this kick properly is I'm not holding the cards in the middle like this. I'm kind of, I don't know if you see that. So my middle finger here and my thumb here are not like this, they're kind of like underneath it and kind of resting underneath it. It's like if you were to take the cards and rest it here. Now gravity's gonna hold them there. Gravity's gonna hold them down, but because if I'm here, it'll be really hard for me to kick that out because I'm holding them. So instead, it's kind of like resting. Break off, thumb comes here, and you extend. Now, as soon as that extension is done and you're holding this here, that ring finger is gonna come in, and you're gonna give it a little bit of a flick. Now, this is gonna take practice because you don't have that muscle built up yet. So you're gonna give it a little bit of a flick, and sometimes it won't even move, it'll barely move, and every now and then, you're gonna nail it, and you'll be like, oh, you'll be one step closer to getting this every time. I can't really teach you the exact way of doing it. It's just something you're gonna have to try out. So if you get around, this here is just gonna have that spin one full rotation, okay? Once you're here and you've done the flip or you haven't, it doesn't really matter. Once you're here, now mind you, you can practice this whole cut without the spinning thing, and you can come back to that later if you like. That's actually a really good tip. If you just wanna learn the cut and work on the kick later, you're here, and then you can come right back and go into the closer. So let's go right from the extraction to the closer. I've extracted, I've done my kick. Now I'm gonna come back into that same gape, that same opening, and the two thumbs are gonna connect. I'm gonna pass off that corner to that one. All right, so now I'm holding it with this thumb and the middle finger. I'm taking it slow for you guys because I know this is a lot, so I'm gonna go over it again and again and again so you guys get it. Z grip, break off, thumb comes here, we extract, we do the kick. You're gonna come right back into that hole right there, and your two thumbs are going to meet, where you're gonna hand off that corner to this thumb. So as you pass it off, you're also going to hold this packet and this packet with this thumb. So it's gonna be like that, right? This packet flipped, comes back in, I pass it to my other thumb. Now this thumb takes both of those. You see that? Now my thumb is pivoting both of those packets. I'm going to use my index and I'm going to let this packet just sort of fall down here. And with this thumb, I'm just going to do basically a scissor cut. We'll get into the toss after. All right, let's look at that from a different angle. All right, so straddle grip, thumb, middle finger, Z grip, okay? Break off with the index. Thumb contacts this middle one here. Extends everything. Everything is super extended, so that way my ring finger can come in and do that kick. Ring finger, kick. Once that kick's done, it's gonna go back into that middle. Thumb's gonna grab that corner, and this thumb is gonna grab these two packets, rotating this packet here back into straddle grip. Index rotates this as I do my scissor cut. So bam, bam, we've kicked it. It comes back, goes onto the middle. Thumb grabs that corner. This thumb takes care of these two. This gets dropped into straddle grip. Index here does a full rotation as this hand just extends and scissor cuts. Falls on the packet every time. All right, I think that's about it. Let's go over it one more time. Kick, come back in that middle. Give it to this thumb grabs these two, rotate with the index as my index rotates this card, or these cards. I scissor cut over here, and I, boom, let the packet flip, and that is it. All right guys, so that's about it for this tutorial on Monday. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and I know this is a difficult cut to learn because it is 4 packets, so there's a lot going on with the fingers. But remember what I told you. Remember that you don't have to kick the packet. You can practice without it just to get the handling right. That opening is really where it's all gonna happen. Once your finger placement is down, you're gonna nail it, 9 times out of 10. So have fun with that. Get your cards dirty, whatever that means. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later this week. I got a few videos popping this week, so get ready for that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.